Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to make delicious white bean chicken chili. I start off by preparing the ingredients that are going to go into the white bean chicken chili. First, I small dice 1 yellow onion and 2 jalapeno peppers. I like to use a yellow onion as opposed to any other type of onion because I prefer how this tastes and how well it cooks down. I use 2 jalapeno peppers, one with the pith and seeds removed and one with the pith and seeds included. This is how I control the level of spice in the white bean chili, and this can definitely be changed based on your preference. Capsaicin is the chemical present in jalapeno peppers that makes them taste spicy. Most of the capsaicin is actually stored in the pith of the jalapeno pepper, which is the white material that connects the flesh to the seeds. Some of the capsaicin is stored in the seeds, and the least amount is stored in the actual flesh of the pepper. My husband really likes spicy foods, and I'm not as much of a fan of spicy foods, but we found that using the jalapenos like this provides a meal that we both enjoy. I add the diced onion and diced jalapenos to a sauce pot with 2 tablespoons of butter. I cook this over medium-high heat until the onions start to brown. After the onions and jalapenos have cooked down for about 5 minutes, I add in 2 teaspoons of cumin, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of coriander, 1 teaspoon of oregano, and a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. I stir all of the spices in with the onion and jalapeno, and then I add in another tablespoon of butter and stir everything together again. This is going to start releasing the flavors of the spices and really creates a great flavor in the soup. After the spices have toasted for about a minute, I add in 2 cups of chicken stock. Then I added in 2 cans of rinsed and drained white beans. In this case, I used 1 can of Great Northern beans and 1 can of cannellini beans. That's one of the great things about white bean chili is there's really so many different types of beans that you could use that work here. Next, I add in 1 can of corn. You can use either cream-style corn or whole kernels. Again, any type of chili is a great way to clean out some of the cans that you might have in your pantry. The next ingredient might sound a little bit odd, but it adds so much flavor to the white bean chicken chili. I add in a 7-ounce can of diced green chilies or a half of a can of green enchilada sauce, just depending on what I have available in my pantry. This time I added a half can of enchilada sauce and it was delicious. This is another way that you can control the spiciness or heat of your chili. With those ingredients in, I add another 2 cups of chicken stock. I like to add the chicken stock in batches because it makes it easier to stir when I'm adding in the beans and corn, but you can definitely add all of the chicken stock in at the start. Now I place a lid on the pot and let it simmer for at least 15 minutes. After about 15 minutes, the beans are warmed up thoroughly. I take the lid off and I use my potato masher to mash up some of the beans. This is where most of the thickness in the chili is going to come from, so mash up the beans as much or as little as you like. After I have the beans mashed up so the chili is the consistency that I like, I add in 1 more can of white beans. In this case, I used another can of cannellini beans. After the last can of beans are added in, I add in about 2 cups of shredded chicken. I like to cook an oven roasted chicken and use both the white and dark meat to shred and put into chili. It adds great flavor and texture. Next, we need to add in some dairy to cut through the heat and acidity that's in the white bean chicken chili. I melt 4 ounces of cream cheese, and then I slowly add in some of the soup into the container with the cream cheese. It's really important to use a full-fat dairy product here, otherwise the acid that's in the soup will just curdle the dairy. It's also important that the cream cheese is close in temperature to the soup, otherwise it won't smoothly incorporate. I use a whisk to mix this in easier, and if it's not mixing in very well, I pop it in the microwave for 20 to 30 seconds until it heats up again. Once the cream cheese is diluted with some of the white bean chicken chili soup, I slowly add it in to the large sauce pot. I like to pour this in while stirring the pot that I'm adding it to. You can see in this case I didn't end up adding it all. That's because I'm actually making 2 batches of the white bean chicken chili now. I like to make some to have in the fridge for the next few days, and I also like to freeze some and heat it up whenever we want. At this point in the cooking process, I like to add in garlic. I typically add in about a tablespoon of minced garlic. I add it now because I don't want to lose all of that garlic flavor in the long cooking time. I also add in 1 teaspoon of salt. Then I put the lid on and let this simmer over low heat until it's ready for dinner. Right before serving the white bean chicken chili, I add in about 2 tablespoons of lime juice. It's best if you have fresh lime juice, but if not, bottled lime juice will work too. I add this right before serving because the lime juice can actually cook down if it's left in the heat too long, and then there's really no taste. I like to top the white bean chicken chili with some shredded Monterey Jack cheese and a couple slices of avocado. Thanks for watching this video on how to make white bean chicken chili. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and as always, like and subscribe to see more content.